Welcome. My name is Maggie McCullough. I am the CEO and founder of PolicyMap. And for the next few minutes, I would like to walk you through the new housing shortage data that we developed alongside Moody's Analytics and Reinvestment Fund. So we've all seen the national figures regarding how many housing units the nation needs. But those numbers don't really provide us with the full picture, right? They give us high-level numbers, but they don't help us understand where housing is needed most in the country and whether that need is for rental or owner units. And that's what we set out at PolicyMap to try to solve for. So very simply, we dug into 350 cities with populations greater than 100,000 and compared the vacancy rate in census tracts within those cities to the vacancy rate during a stable housing market. And we looked at the period between 2012 and 2018. This is a period of time after the financial crisis and before COVID, where housing vacancy rates were relatively stable. So the theory here is when you're looking at vacancy rates, theory here is that if they are too high, there's too much housing stock sitting unrented or unsold. And when the vacancy rates are too low, there's simply not enough housing stock for those who want to rent or want to buy. It is then too tight. So with that in mind, I've pulled up the city of Philadelphia here in PolicyMap. Just as a note, I tend to always pull up Philadelphia because it's both where we are headquartered and where I live. But this map that you're looking at now exists for these 350 cities, which we studied as part of this project. So we've created two ways to look at this data. One is, and the map that we're looking at now, is at the census tract level, the number of housing units, either for rent or for ownership, that a census tract is short or that a census tract is oversupplied. This particular map is of the rental market. And if we zoom in and look at the legend here on the left, we can see that the darkest orange places on the map are those places that have the highest number of shortage rental units. And as you go up, through these yellows, you do end up with places that have a slight surplus. And then you end up in the dark purple places that have the highest number of surplus units. Again, this is for rental. And we can pan all over the city and see where these pockets of oversupply exists in relation to pockets of undersupply. The second thing we did was to say, how severe is this shortage, or how oversupplied is this area? And so we compared the count that a place was short or oversupplied compared to the overall housing stock in an area to develop some sense of severity. How short is this place, or how oversupplied is this place? So when we look at that, we can see that you have areas that are substantially oversupplied. They have 5% more housing than they need. And if you click on the map, you can see, yes, this area is substantially oversupplied. It's got more than 5% too much housing. It's actually 6.9%. It's got 122 too many units out of total rental housing stock of 1,768 units. As opposed to one of these darker orange places, which are substantially undersupplied. This is a place that needs 5.3% more rental units. It's short about 75 rental units, and it has a total rental housing stock of 1,409 units. Places that are white on this map are close to balance. It means that their current vacancy rate is very consistent with the vacancy rate that we saw in a stable housing market period. So these maps are for all 350 cities and designed to provide you those two pieces of information. We hope that these very localized estimates can help public policy leaders craft housing plans in their cities, and we hope that they can guide investment decisions by entities working in all aspects of the real estate market. To learn more, just contact us at info@policymap.com, and happy mapping.